Well, great morning, everyone. Oh, so pulled the cards to see what the day is going to hold. Yeah, you can already guess what it is. Underneath of it all, he's trying to maintain control because the reading's about, guess what, Epstein things when it comes to the long term. And figuring out the next move, okay, when it comes to investigating, looking deeper. So the outside influence, though, is blocking the light of the genuine fight for the truth with yet another manipulation and abuse of power because they don't like the harvest. Because the energy coming into it is a new action with what's being birthed, what they're putting out there, but the wheel is turning when it comes to his control. So today we have another cup, new cup, with an agreement of them trying to move this according to his desires. So Lord only knows what Bondi or his addle-headed Barbie that's out there talking is going to put out. But the challenge to them is what's being shared when it comes to this Ghislaine holding on to the evidence and the death. And I think it's also the death of Epstein and this new path that he's offering her up. Okay? Because the potential outcome is the families. Now, I think could be the Magatonians. It could also be the families of the girls that were involved with this drama. These things are being overturned and seen from a different viewpoint in the world. So I think that he's losing the Magatonian support. We see more of the ones that were big Republican MAGA influencers are now starting to turn and going, what the hey, with this thing with Ghislaine, and why are you not putting out this evidence, the Epstein files? So, it's the tide is turning on it. They're going to do their best today to put something else out there, some new spin, but people aren't buying it, is what it's saying. And the wheel is turning on his ability to hold on to power. So let's go ahead and do a clarifying read and see what else it's going to tell us. But it's basically saying, more investigations are going into this. People aren't buying it. The Magatonians are turning. Those that were families of these girls and things are starting to speak out. And the girls themselves, now that they've grown and they've got families, they're speaking out. And so, he's going to continue to try to keep the genuine truth from coming out with another manipulation. But let's see what it says. So the center of it all, we have, trying to keep the lid on it. Trying to keep the lid on things, but the wheel is turning. Karma is catching up to a victory. Okay? Karma is catching up to a victory. We've got what's being handed out and not liking the harvest. and strengthening. Things are strengthening when it comes to the harvest and a victory. We have what is being birthed, the things that are being handed out, the wheel turning, what's being built when it comes to the harvest and a victory, and what's being juggled. So what's being juggled when it comes to the keeping the lid on it, trying to strengthen that. On the one side, we have, where the narrative is going, the truth behind the scenes, okay? And then the other side is this walking away from this harvest being built with a victory. Okay, so one side is going to walk away with a victory. The other side, is still trying to control the narrative. Underneath of it all, we've got, I think that's Epstein's death. We've got her, Ghislaine, holding on to the thing, and we've got the dark drama. Okay, the dark drama, the dark deeds. When it comes to juggling these things, keeping the lid on it and try to strengthen, but things are strengthening. Again, the one side is the mental thing with what's being given out to the American public, but karma is catching up, the wheel is turning. The other side, we've got this distancing from not liking the harvest, the things that are now blowing up in their face. What's being built is coming to a victory. So it's not looking good for them. They're trying to, again, cover over these things, but the other side is working hard because they don't like the harvest. They want to walk away. They want to get a victory. They want to be done with this fool. And so again, like it said, the wheel is turning, and their manipulations are falling flat. Okay, so on that note, we'll leave that here pretty much, but let me do one more thing. Let me see. So how is this affecting Trumpenstein? He's not looking well these days, okay? He's not looking well. It's about his, the past of the power of the things. Now he's got the burden of it. Okay? The wealth. What are you barking? Oh, there she goes. Oh, there's some guys, I think, that are working next door. And so, yeah, they're on the bark. There goes Miss Lily. She's going to tell them. Oh, my goodness. Okay, I want to know what beneficial is taking place, figuring out the next move going forward when it comes to Ghislaine, underneath of it, Ghislaine, and the drama. Is Ghislaine the spark that's blowing this up now? Tempering, underneath of it, the tower moment. Okay, she's the real big spark that's igniting it, the fact that he moved her. That there's no way on God's green earth with what she's convicted of to be moved to that type of a facility. So that's going to take Trump down. His abuse of power. We've got figuring out the next move, and it's coming to a tower moment for him. His abuse of power, his attempting to try to control all of this is leading to his downfall. So on that note, we'll leave that here. We'll see you online. Okay, I'm going to add this additional to what I just pulled. I pulled more cards, and what came out is more to the saga. So underneath of it all is the abuse of power. And the outside influence is this nightmare of these dark deeds that are being blocked and figuring out the next move. Because we have the readings about the White House wanting to distance from the things that have driven him emotionally and trying to keep the lid on it. So the energy coming into it is what's being worked on, charging forward when it comes to the death of Epstein and Ghislaine holding on to this evidence. This is also the truth that could come out that could end things for Trumpenstein. So what's going on today? It's about trying to control the actions of what's being shared, the takeaway, and the things he's trying to get away with going forward. But again, the challenge is the things that have been hidden, that they're out in the cold when it comes to the wealthy, with the message about an action going forward, okay? So trying to keep it under wraps of the things that the wealthy, all the ones in the Epstein book, potential outcome is light being shed, coming to a tower moment when it comes to juggling this cup of abominations. This cup of abominations. So, it's going forward, and people, I think the outside influence are the people that are looking at the depravity of all of this and continuing to push for these things to be outed. And of course the worry is the wealthy that have been hiding this, not wanting it to come out. But it's not going to go away. Yeah, they're feeling pushed to the edge with it all because people are demanding that this be released. So, under it is about controlling the power, the actions, and again, not liking the harvest, the things, they don't like the things that are coming out to be revealed, the truth of it, the concrete happenings when it comes to all of this, and his desires, what he's trying to sell with all the drama of this, and trying to get away with it. Also, we have with his trying to get away with the theft of this, but the takeaway of it also is, rapidly moving. This is rapidly moving. To bring about an end, okay? The harsh truth is coming out, and there will be some that are not going to survive this. The investigations are ongoing, okay? We have ongoing, looking deeper. Again, this is not going to go away. They're not going to be able to cover it all over, and it's going to continue to push forward.